We are streaming through. Let us know if we're coming in to everyone out there. I think we are. Let me hit the open.
Welcome back
Boom!
to the Hank Stream
That's
situation.
right. We're back. Make sure you
Lifestyles of
subscribe,
locked and
thumbs
loaded.
up, ring the bell so you could be notified whenever we go live. I believe we're live. I think we're live right now. Sorry for the lateness. I hope you guys have your big.
My fault.
Yeah, listen, technical stuff, this is how it goes down. I hope you have your tactical panties on tonight because we got two tactical dudes. We have Terribly Tactical and MW Tactical. And of course, Hank Strange Tactical. We're in the house. We are live. Let's see jazz hands. Come on. Let's get those jazz hands going.
Come on.
Oh. Okay. Mike only wants to do the jazz pinky thing. This is podcast 455, episode 455 of the Who Move My Freedom podcast. And let's see. As I said before, our guest is Terribly Tactical. Of course, we've got MW Tactical, and we have in this box, I have the SCCY CPX-4. We're gonna take a look at that. So we're going to get into all that stuff. Make sure you guys smash the subscribe buttons out there. Ring the bell so you can be notified. Thumbs ups, all that kind of stuff. Put your questions in here. Comments as everyone's coming in. Let's start off with, let's start with Mike from MW Tactical. Mike, what's up with you, man? What's going on?
Not too much. Just trying to raise some money so we can get some officers in jiu-jitsu training for a year.
Okay.
And I think that's making a lot of good headway, but I do want to share that information during the show if possible.
Okay, why don't you share it now? Hit us with it right now, man. Go ahead. You got a couple minutes. I got to go do something real quick. Go ahead. Hit him.
All right. Yeah, so if anybody would like to donate to the GoFundMe campaign, please visit gofundme.com/LEO training. If you go to my YouTube and Instagram pages, you can actually see those videos up where people are donating, and it's just a little intro that talks about the program overall. So to give you a quick rundown, what we're looking to do is raise $4,000. Once we get $4,000, we're going to put those 4 officers through jiu-jitsu training here in Columbia, South Carolina, and it's going to be for a year. So all the money is going to that event. Nothing's coming to me or any other project that I'm doing. Strictly that. A couple people from the show already donated. I really do appreciate it. But right now we're at something like $400. So we need to get at least $3,600 more dollars so we can get these guys into some training.
Okay, do you have a time limit on this, or is it when you get all the money raised up?
Just when I get all the money raised up. So the sooner the better.
All right. Okay, so anyone out there, it's Thursday. I don't know, probably tomorrow's payday for some people. But if you have the ability, if you have the funds, help out MW Tactical. Where do they need to go? One more time, Mike.
One more time, please go to gofundme.com/LEO training altogether.
All right, cool. Well, and we'll definitely plug that again. I want to remind everyone the show's brought to you by Safety Harbor Firearms. Shout out to Walter. He's out there somewhere. I think he's got like some kind of event going on. And now, of course, our guest for the first time here on the show, we've got Josh from Terribly Tactical. What's up, Josh?
Not much, man. Not much. Thank you for hosting me. I appreciate it very much. So it's cool to get to talk to you. Been watching your channel for a long time.
Cool.
What I got going on is, just pumping out the YouTube videos, doing the knife, gun, gear stuff. I'm big into the political stuff. And October 29th in Illinois, if anybody out there is watching in Illinois, we are marching on the Capitol in Springfield. The ISRA, usually once or a couple times a year, does that kind of stuff. The big one is iGold, and we just had that not too long ago. But we're doing another one because there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline here in Illinois. So we're October 29th, 10 o'clock in the morning. We will be marching on the Capitol. So anybody out there that wants to come join us, much appreciated.
Right, all the Illinois people out there, let us know right now who's watching from there, and where could folks find out that info one more time, Josh?
The ISRA website, ISRA.com. It's Illinois State Rifle Association, and I'll also be doing a couple videos before we get up to the actual date itself, and then I'll be live streaming the event on the channel like I usually do when I go down there for that. Oh,
yep,
Jesus.
and your phone.
Typical. That's how it goes. But yeah, I'll be live streaming it and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll have some information, some links posted on my channel, and then just Illinois State Rifle Association. As far as that, they got a Facebook page. They also have a website. So.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna arrange everything here. Okay. Cool. So make sure you check that out. We'll give you guys that info again here once we get a chance. If you can, Josh, I'm trying to get you guys in the middle of the screen. It's kind of tough because it's a three-way screen right here. But Eli EDC says he's from Illinois, so shout out to him. Let me see. I don't know if I have to do any other shout outs. I know I see some questions out there for the Sky. We will get into that. Also, you know what? Let's shout out Harry's Holsters. I think
Yes.
Harry's Holsters is yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay. What particular setup do you have there?
That is the multicam black icon that he sent me. I love Harry. He's a super good dude, and he makes the best Kydex on the market, in my opinion. That's my 642 Smith & Wesson J-frame. It's one of my normal everyday carry guns, and it rides appendix in that. So multicam black for the win, and Harry's Holster Icon, the best Kydex snub nose holster, in my opinion, on the market.
Okay,
so.
Very cool, very cool. Do you have a code for Harry's Holsters?
I do, but we're on your channel, so
No,
give
it's
them
fine.
yours.
You can plug your code, man. I don't mind.
It's just terribly tactical.
There you go. Terribly tactical. I don't even know. Mine's
10% off.
okay. Yeah,
So.
I think mine's like Hank 10 or something like that. I don't know. I think that's what it is. But you can hit me up if you want to use it, or terribly tactical, whatever you want to use. Mike, do you have some Kydex maker that you want to plug while you're on here? Because I know you've got someone that supplies you with your stuff for competition, right?
Yes. So my competition holster is from Mad Bomber, and you can find him on Instagram just at Mad Bomber. It might be an underscore in there or something, but I'm not really certain. And then for my EDC, I vary between NSR, and the other one is 77 Solutions.
Okay. All right. So you got several. Jeez.
Yeah. So like I said, my competition one is just competition. It's just held on a rig.
Okay.
But my everyday carry one is it all depends on what I'm wearing shirt wise, because every day I wear proper pants. So whatever I'm wearing shirts, it kind of bulges out a little bit.
Right. Okay. Also, Mike, if you want to complain to me, because I was in South Carolina, but I didn't see you.
Yes.
You can go ahead. I know. I'll give you the opportunity, man. Go ahead. First of all, let me just say something. I was in and out of South Carolina, okay? In and out.
Yeah, but all right, so what city were you in South Carolina?
I don't know. What
you don't know
city was I in South Carolina, Lola? I don't know. I literally drove up there, then the next day did something and did that all day, and then the next day, I don't know. Where was I? Do you know?
Columbia?
Yes,
Greenville?
that was one of the places. I was there.
Okay, so if you was in Columbia, like I said, you was actually 15 to 20 minutes away from. I got another protest coming. Protest.
Oh boy. Okay.
So you cannot drive the Audi in South Carolina until we meet face to face in South Carolina.
Oh boy, I don't know when that's gonna be. Listen, maybe what I might do, because I know there were a lot of people in South Carolina that were mad because I didn't let them know that I was there. You're not the only person.
I figured that the event was pretty intense and had y'all going around various places, because they have more than one warehouse here, and their operations go within a hour and a half radius or something crazy like that. So I knew y'all was probably busy, and I really wasn't upset. And actually, somebody had actually asked me to text you to see if I was gonna link up with you. Somebody who helps me on my backdoor business.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't need any help with my backdoor. Thank you very much. I don't know.
No, I'm talking MW tactical. I'm talking MW tactical.
Oh, okay. Don't try to sneak up on me.
Nah, nothing like that. I ain't that type of party. But at the same time, they had said, was I going to link up with you? And I was like, I don't know. More than likely, he'll probably call me when he get downtown. I don't know how long he's going to be here, but I do know if it was Palmetto State Armory, I know they probably took you around to various locations.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. I think I was only there. We got in there, and then I think that evening there was a get together. I see Elfster saying it was in Columbia. That's where we were the first day, I think, or we came in the evening, and then we did something there. I think. Actually, the next day we went to Clinton, so wherever that is. I know it was a couple of hours away from there. I think that's where, like, if you guys watch Such, that's where Such shoots at.
I want to say that's up in the Spartanburg, Greenville area, something like that.
Yeah, so the next day we did that, and then when we came back the next morning, everyone drove to I don't know wherever DC Machine is, also someplace in South Carolina, and then PSA has a store up there that I went to. I would have to look it up to remember what the name of that place is. So anyway, we went there, and then we got stuck on the highway for hours. What was that? Somerville. Oh, Somerville. Lola's telling me Somerville. See? And so we literally did that, and then when we left that, Lola and I drove separately from everyone else because we left there and then drove back to Florida so that early that the next morning we can get on a plane and fly out to Vegas. So it was kind of crazy. Right. But here's what I'm thinking. At some point, I might do something in South Carolina if we can organize enough people that want to come hang out. And I'll go down there in South Carolina. I'll make arrangements with PSA. I'll let everyone know ahead of time. I will put you in charge of everything. You'll be the master of ceremonies over there.
In South Carolina?
Yeah. Well, when I come to South Carolina to visit, we'll do a thing. You'll be the boss.
You gonna put me in charge?
Yeah, absolutely. Just as long as I remember that.
I'll say, if anything,
someone's gonna have to remind me of that.
It's gonna be a lot of heckling going on with Kevin Dixie.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're ever in South Carolina, Josh. I don't know. Yeah.
I've been, but not usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I'm trying to think in my brain how far that is from Ohio. I don't know.
It took me to get to Kevin Dixie. Mm-hmm. I want to say 13 hours to get there, but that was in.
Yeah, you're freezing. What is going on? You're okay. Mike, you're frozen right now. Okay, I don't even know if Mike can hear us, Josh.
And the facial expression that it's frozen on, I'm worried that something might have happened.
Yeah. You need to get off any other internet devices that you have going on there. By the way, shout out to Skip's Tactical Solutions. She was also out there. We lost him altogether, so he's probably going to dial back in. So shout out to Avery. She's out there. I see her. Razor JB says, I'm here for Terribly Tactical. There you go.
Shout out Razor, man. Razor's the truth.
Yeah. Do you know Noodles 1980?
Unfortunately.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Because he's sending you loves and kisses. And the icon is like
a good guy.
The icon's a cock diesel dude, so it seems like you also have some kind of backdoor business going on.
No.
Like Mike does. Yeah.
No, come on now. No. Ain't that type of party now.
Okay, whatever. Listen, I'm not judgy, man. I'm not gonna judge you guys. I'm not gonna just
No, it is not that type of party.
2019, it's a hate crime, dude.
Yeah, Noodle says Josh is cute, so there you go.
Hey, I just came out. I didn't know how to address it because the little assistant already has the title little assistant. So I guess this will probably be the big assistant. I don't know how to word it, so that's why I said backdoor.
Okay. If you want to keep going there, it's fine.
Oh no, I'm going to one pinky. I'm going to one pinky.
Pleading the
pinky. Yeah. I'm okay. Fine. We can move on. We can move on before this gets really out of control right now. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm trying to see if there's any. Just shout out to everyone who's out there, everyone who's coming in right now. Just smash the thumbs ups and we'll just do it like that. If someone needs a particular shout out from anyone, if you need it from Josh from Terribly Tactical, if you need it from Mike from MW Tactical, let us know. Actually, let me throw up. I will throw up Josh's website here.
I appreciate that, man.
Boom, Terribly Tactical. Go there, subscribe.
Boom.
You know. What's that?
Much appreciated, Hank.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Absolutely. What did Mike say something, or did he freeze up again?
No, he looks like he's all right.
Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell if he's frozen. What kind of stuff?
Maybe he is.
Huh?
Maybe he is now. From what I'm seeing, it looks like he's frozen.
Yeah, I think he's going in and out. What kind of stuff do you have? What kind of videos do you usually do, man, on the channel? Do you have like a specific speciality or something that you're into?
Well, people tend to like me for my political rants. I get on the political rants. I feel like I have a tendency to say the stuff that a lot of people think but are afraid to say. On my live chats and stuff, we get into a lot of, hot button issues. But, knife gun gear reviews. I'm a big hunter. I shoot competition just like Mike said he does. USPSA, IDPA, soon to be 3-gun once I get my Benelli sent out to Terran. Stuff like that.
Oh, your Benelli's going to Terran Tactics. So not only do you have a Benelli, it's also now getting tacticalized by Terran Tactical.
It is, and I do shoot an STI 2011 as far as my pistol.
Oh my goodness! Oh, okay, so you're serious? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm all about that life. We got a couple sponsors on the team. We got a good group of guys, Team Terribly Tactical. We're out there competing anywhere from IDPA to 3-gun to clay matches and cowboy action. We're out there getting it done. So, that's fun. We do that a couple times a month, and I'd share it on the channel. But yeah, just knife gun gear reviews and then political stuff, and always encouraging people to fight for their 2A rights and all their rights. Because if we don't, we're not going to have them anymore. So
yeah, absolutely. Mike, you're going to let him throw up his SDI? You're not throwing up any kind of? Yeah. Have you guys ever met in competition? Have you guys ever?
Nah, but I got my proper bag.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I got right now.
Nice proper bag. Oh, no SDIs, no nothing, no Walther pistols coming out. No.
I have my STI in the safe. I have my Walther in the safe, but.
Oh, see, it's not going to help you then. How you going to brag?
Pixar didn't have it.
Hold on. Let me go get it. Let me send this message right quick.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. First he's got to do his pimping. Then he can go get the guns out the safe. All right, fine.
I just want to show my feet when I get up and walk and show you how big it is.
No thanks. No thanks.
I'll be right back.
You can keep your feet to yourself. Also, let me see. Let's.
Also, Hank, I'm only seeing his logo. I don't know if that's something wrong on my end or what's going on. As far as Mike goes.
He's showing up. He's showing up on the screen. Yeah, I know. He might be having some. He may be having some bandwidth issues right now. Also, shout out to John Crump. He's out there from Ammo Land. Shout out to him. He says we need to encourage people to buy more popcorn. Okay, because his son Matthew is a popcorn mogul now, so everyone you can only buy popcorn from John Crump. Shout out to him. Go ahead.
No, just real quick. Sorry to cut you off. I do want to give a big shout out to Ammo Land. I don't know if it was him or who did it, but last year when we had done the iGold March on the Capitol, I had live streamed it. I had made some videos, and they actually picked it up and wrote an article and showcased my video on Ammo Land, and I thought that was super cool because I'm basically a nobody on the YouTubes, but shout out to them, and what they're doing over there. I think it's awesome. So
okay, yeah, absolutely. Brian Quick says, here, I'll throw this up. Brian Quick says proper spells proper wrong. Yeah. Listen, there's lots of, with the names here, it could get confusing. Like, I call it 5, I've always called it 5.11, but everyone says I'm not supposed to say the dot. The dot is silent. But I think I'm right. You don't put a dot in there for no damn reason.
But it just doesn't roll off the tongue like that, though.
Yeah, it sounds better to me, 5.11. Like, 5.11, what does that mean?
I don't know. What's a 7-11?
Yeah, but it's not, okay, but 7.11 is not 7.11.
right? But it does have like a forward slash, doesn't it? Or at least like a hyphen.
Is it a dash? Is it 7-11?
I think it's a hyphen. I think it's a. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be 7-11. I don't know. We're gonna have to look that up and see. I don't know. What bag stuff is Mike back? Okay, there's Mike. Mike's back here. What Mike uses proper his gear bag stuff is from Proper. What about yours?
Me?
Yeah. What's your
I run Lynx Defense for my range bags and stuff, and then EDC. I've got SOE, Special Operations Equipment. I've got Tactical Tailor, all that
so
kind
like
of stuff.
a grab bag of different things, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so definitely you guys could have a good conversation about competition stuff. Lola just gave me the note. She says I need to ask you exactly how you got started with your channel and started doing all this stuff, how long ago, etc. So hit us with that.
It's probably been 5 years ago. I came up, I've always, since a wee little lad, been shooting guns. Shout out to my pops who's got me into it. And turned me into an even bigger gun nut than he is, and he's pretty crazy when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, just ever since I was old enough, 4th, 5th grade, I was shooting guns on a regular basis, hunting, all that stuff, and always grew up. And then once I discovered there was gun stuff on YouTube, because it's typically, other than the movies, not on television, I started watching it, the Nut and Fancy, the Such, the this, that was the gateway drug, and then finding out that there's, so many people on YouTube that share my values, that share, my passions, and they're all about the Second Amendment. They're all about guns. And I figured, you know what? I got something to say about it. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. But that's one more voice in the fight. And so I started, I do the knife gun gear reviews, that kind of stuff. I do the political stuff, and I have a passion for it. And the best part about it is being able to do stuff like this and have the conversations with other people out there, get to meet new people that share your interests, and then work together for common goals. So I'm all about it. Even though they hate on us and we get demonetized and we got to deal with all the nonsense, I'm in it for the long haul. I like this a lot. So.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's definitely gonna it's definitely going to take some commitment to do this. Okay, I think I see we got Mike here. Mike's back. But it looks like you're definitely having problems with your signal, Mike. Are you on the Wi-Fi or are you directly plugged in?
I'm directly plugged in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ain't no telling. You know how it goes down sometimes here in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see you at all, man. I just see your logo. So I don't know if that's something I did wrong on my end, but I didn't touch it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Do you see this?
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, there goes the Walther. There he goes. Wow. Shout out to the Walther. Okay, see, guns are coming out early. Oh, there goes the... So which one's the best? Which one's the best, Mike? The Walther?
Well, when I actually go against John Wick, I probably would use this one. But at the same time, this one shoots fairly well also.
Yeah.
So
when
it's a toss up. It's a toss up.
Okay. Let me just give you a little bit of advice for when you go against John Wick. Here's my advice. Make sure that the script writers are on your side, otherwise run.
No.
Okay.
John Wick don't realize I'm combat critical.
Oh. Okay.
I did that stuff in real life.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I got the shirt there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Let me see. There's a bunch of different questions coming in here. So let me see if I could. Okay. Skip's Tactical is requesting a shout out from Mike. So there you go.
Oh, Skip is in the house? I didn't even see that. Did she come in when I walked away or what?
When your thing is freezing because you're like talking to too many women on the internet at the same time as you're doing the show. You need to hang up on some of those. Pause some of those ladies that are on FaceTime. Pause them.
Let me do it like this. What's up, Skip? Hey, I'll call you tomorrow.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's how we do business.
Fine. All right.
That's how we do business.
Okay, I understand. Noodle says, Hank, what do you think about the 2A community starting to play the victim so that we can keep our rights as gun owners? I'm not. You're gonna have to define that a little bit more for me. Like, are you talking about that as a strategy? I don't understand exactly where. Do you understand where that's coming from, Josh?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a couple times before on some of my live chats, and just like so how the left, I don't necessarily, I don't know where I fall on it because I'm to the point where maybe we should start using some of their tactics against them, but at the same time, then it makes us look bad, and I don't want to stoop to their level. But I think where he's coming from
tactics
is like
tactics.
yeah, the victim culture, whether it's LGBTQ whatever, or it's a minority thing, or it's conservative speech is hate speech or whatever it is, and being the loudest voice in the room and expressing the transgressions against us, which are several.
Right.
So I can see it from that point of view, but we're strong, independent people, being gun owners ourselves, and taking on that responsibility of protecting our family, our property, ourselves, our country, whatever it may be. So I don't want to ever be labeled as a victim or a weak person, because that is why we have the Second Amendment. That is why we exercise the Second Amendment, is so we don't be put in those situations. So I see where he's coming from, but where I come from, that's I don't know, it's kind of counterintuitive, even though it might work for them. Oh geez, here we go again. Even though it might work for them.
Right. Your camera's drunk. Your camera's drunk today.
It is. I think it's got to chill out on the megabytes.
Yeah.
That's what it's got to do.
Listen. But, so here's what I think. I think that if we start using the left's tactics, to what end? I mean, is that really going to work for us? It works for them because the media is on their side. I think for us, even let's get past all the fact that we're macho, we're independent, self-reliant people, and all that kind of stuff. That we don't believe in the victim mentality in the first place. Let's get past all of that, right? Because I agree with what you said. I think that even if we try to use those tactics, what would it do for us? It's not going to matter. I mean, they've already put us in a bucket based on the other things that we believe, and then if we start thinking like that, then that's almost like stinking thinking. It's infectious, and it starts bringing us down. I think that most of us are more along the lines of the former police officer, that female former police officer that testified to Congress, and she said that she's not going to comply with the assault weapons ban. I think most of us are along those lines, and we should just stay with that. And then the rest of America and actually the world looking at us, even though look, it looks tough, it looks like we could lose, all those kinds of things, but there's people out there that want to see someone stand up and say that no, we're not going to go for this. So that's what I think about that. I don't think that's a good strategy. I just think we need to tell people, no, this is America. We're not going to comply with those things. We are here peacefully trying to do what we can do before things get really out of hand. Because once everything goes over the edge here, it's going to be almost impossible to bring it back. So that's where I'm at with that. Mike, what do you think about all this, man? Mike's here, right? Yeah, he's here.
Yes, I'm here. It's, like I said, everything is an infringement on our rights. So.
Oh, Mike froze.
Yeah, I think he did again. Yeah.
Yeah. You're breaking up, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you broke up.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just pretty much saying, in the long run, what it comes down to is it's an infringement on our rights and the way we're allowed to live. And when people do stuff like that, they got another alternative motive. So honestly, I would honestly tell everybody, don't be blinded by what you see on the news and everything going on with impeachment and all this and that, because that right there is an illusion where something else is coming in on the backside and it's going to hit hard.
Okay. All right.
100%.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep going to questions here. Beretta 9mm USA wants.
Shout out to Beretta, man.
Shout out to him. He says, tell Hank about the rusty hammers. No. I don't want to know about backdoors, pinky fingers, rusty hammers. Completely different. No, thank you.
This is as it sounds, though.
No, these are code words. Don't try to trick me.
No, I'm a big 1911 guy, right? Okay. I think 1911 is the handgun of all handguns. Glock this, Glock that, whatever.
Oh boy.
but so I've got my fair share of them. I shoot a STI in competition. I've got old Colts. I've got a couple Dan Wessons.
Okay, so wait a second. Is your hand also maimed so that you can't shoot properly with a Glock? Is that what the problem is?
I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I can shoot pretty decently with anything you put in my hands, even this 32 ACP Scorpion. So,
respect that.
But,
wait, old school.
But,
damn. Okay, whatever. Whatever.
But there seems to be a problem with the Dan Wesson guns. I'm currently saving for a Nighthawk, but both of my Dan Wesson pistols, which are supposed to have no cast or min parts or anything like that, it appears that the hammers are cast or something, but all of the hammers are rusting, and I properly take care of all my guns because I got a few nice things in life, and they're all firearms, and I like to keep it like that. I take care of them. They're, dehumidified, oiled, whatever. And Beretta, who also has a channel, they've got a bunch of Dan Wessons. They experience the same thing in the videos that I put up about it. They experience, viewers experience the same thing, and after trying to get in contact with Dan Wesson and getting zero response for this problem on almost a brand new gun, it's very disheartening because their guns cost a decent amount of money. They're supposed to be held to a certain pedigree.
For sure. Okay, so you're saying Beretta 9mm USA has a channel. Shout out to them. You guys should go subscribe, check out that channel. And you're saying that your hammers are rusting. Could it be you? Do you have like the sweaty rusty palm things that some people have?
No, I mean, I take, and it's not just me though, too. It's everybody that, if it has the duty coat, which the duty coat from Dan Wesson, I'm not exactly sure what kind of finish it is. It is pretty good. It's a nice finish. But if the hammer is not duty coated, you're getting some rusting and some pitting very quickly, from delivery of the gun, take it home,
really
shoot it, clean it, store it. And it's happened on both of my guns. And it happened to about 5 or 6 of their guns. They got probably 13 to 15, 20 of them. And it's just other people in the comment section. Yes.
Oh, Beretta.
Yeah.
The Beretta 9mm USA. Oh, respect. Wow. That's a lot.
So,
okay. So that's a thing. So there's something up with the metal or something happened with the metallurgy there.
Or the lack of finish or whatever. It's basically like a bead blasted hammer almost. And just for me, being a 1911 guy and willing to spend the higher dollar amounts to get something that's made properly, it's kind of like a slap in the face that you're spending, $1,300 to $2,000, and then no matter what you do or how you store it or how you take care of it, you're going to have an orange hammer after 3-4 months. That's an issue, and obviously it's not, just a single instance. It's happened to other people. It's happened multiple times, and after trying to get in contact with them, they didn't want to hear about it. So I don't know. So I will no longer be spending my money with them, and I'm currently saving for a Nighthawk. So
okay,
that is what that is.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I'm not like deep in the Dan Wesson community. Have you heard of this, Mike? I don't know if this is the first time. Is Mike here? He's frozen.
I think he might have froze again.
Yeah, seriously, Mike, you got to put the ladies on hold. You can't do this podcast and at the same time be talking to a hair. Yeah, I don't know what happened. He's obviously frozen. Am
I frozen again?
Yeah, you froze up again.
Now you're good. You were, yeah.
Well, computer saying I'm asleep, but I never heard it. I never heard that before.
Yeah, you have got to shut down some of these windows that you have open.
I have nothing open other than
there it goes again.
Skype and the podcast on YouTube.
Okay, let me ask you something. Your Skype window, is it wide open? Maybe if you minimize it, I know you won't be able to see us, but minimize the Skype window. That might help, because it might be dragging on your internet. Let's just see if that helps. So we want to get your opinion over here. Okay, if someone knows what's going on with the Dan Wesson thing, let us know. That sounds interesting. I have shot Dan Wessons before, but I've never owned one, so that would be incredibly disappointing based on the kind of money. Shaggy Rifleman says they need me for a quest. Okay, that depends on what the quest is. If it has anything to do with...
You don't want to get into a Shaggy Rifleman.
No, if it has anything to do with backdoors, rusty hammers, the answer is no. So there you go. Not gonna do it. Yeah. Michael Bender says, I just heard eBay removing all gun-related items. Don't know how true this is. but the person who called me is a seller. Have you guys heard that?
I've heard them giving people a hard time for even airsoft gun parts on eBay, and it's just, we see this all the time nowadays from name X company, whether it's Walmart or it's eBay or it's PayPal or whoever, because it's the popular thing to do, and they have everyone, or at least the vocal, minority or majority or whichever way you want to split it, on their side. So, I don't know. It's just
lots of people.
When does it stop?
Yeah, lots of people are going through doing this, by the way. Lots of companies. PayPal is doing stuff. eBay's going through doing things. Facebook, Instagram. Everyone's doing this nonsense. So this is kind of like where we're at with all this craziness. And to be honest with you guys, if they get political cover, they're just going to hit all of us at the same time. Right now is just kind of like a testing the fences situation. And this is why, so here's how I come down on social media. One, it's a tool like any other tool that we use to communicate with people, but you don't own it. So no matter what that social media is, you don't own it. If they cut you off, you lose access to those people. So everyone out there that cares about being able to access and talk to people, you might want to do like email lists. You might want to that's why I give out my number so people can communicate with me. I do have an email list. There's just have multiple social medias that you're on, so that if this thing hits you up, you can go to this one. Just try to have alternatives, because this is going to keep going on for the foreseeable future. Let's see here. By the way, let me just remind everyone, we have over 100 people watching us. I think we can get to 100 thumbs ups right now. We only have like 50 something, so smash those thumbs ups out there. Also, you guys need to go thumb up this video that you're on, which I need to do right now. I'm going to go do it. I'm telling people to do it, but I'm not myself doing it, so I'm going to go do that. Make sure that I'm in there thumbing up the video. Mike, are you back now?
I never did leave, but obviously I keep freezing. I think you did something to my internet, man.
Me? It's not me, man.
I think it's you, man, because you're not technical savvy or anyway.
Try to blame it on me, Mike. That's okay, right? Because
somebody got to get it.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. I'll take the blame if that's how it's got to be. Okay, it looks like someone gave us some money here, and it looks like it's John. So let's throw his chat up here. He says, super chat. He gave us $2. He says, so he says crumpy.com/scout. That's where you go to get your popcorn fix. Please go there. Buy some popcorn from him. There you go. I think John also has a video. I think John was saying that he interviewed Maj. Let me see where that is. Let me see if I got, I think Lola sent me that. Let me see if I could put it up here on my phone. If I can.
Are the Scouts still doing the zebra popcorn? It's like chocolate caramel.
Okay, John, you're going to have to tell us if the Scouts are still doing that. And meanwhile,
GOA, Virginia State Director and MLN Writer Extraordinaire, and I am joined today
Maj is looking
old.
The
only Maj Tory of Black Guns Matter. Who?
So there you go. So listen, Maj, since he started running, he's looking, that beard is getting out there. He's looking like an old dude now.
You going to post that link?
Hold on a second. Let me see. I got to figure out how to do this. Actually, John, post a link to that interview that you did here in the comments while you're selling popcorn, please. So I'll have to actually get a look at that at some point. But John Crump did interview Maj Toure, and he is running for city council in Philly. So everyone go out there and support that. We need to get him up there. And I think he testified in Congress or something like that. So, yeah, Kermit Loves Bacon says Maj was at the House hearing today. Cool. I haven't seen what he had to say.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah. But congratulations. We'll try to reach out to him, see if we can get him on here. I also saw Antonia Okafor when the woman that was a police officer and she said that she wouldn't comply. In the background is Antonia, so I'm thinking that she might have testified up there as well or she's getting ready to, or something like that. Well, I'll check on that and see what I can get for you guys next week. There's no show tomorrow, so any of that stuff will happen next week. Also, before I forget here as well, I just actually finished editing one of the videos from South Carolina, so that's going to go up, I don't know, tomorrow, tonight, or something like that.
I'm not in it.
Yeah. Okay. Next time. I told you, man. Next time. The Juice says Detroit whooped up on Philly. I don't know what that means. And then he says, "Go Lions." What is that? Do you guys know, Josh?
I have no idea. I don't. I'm just assuming he's talking about the NFL, but
okay. That's NFL. Oh, okay. There's an NFL team called the Lions.
Isn't there?
I don't know.
Detroit Lions. I don't watch football. So.
Yeah, I don't watch it either. But they're the Detroit Lions. So.
Oh, okay, and it's football. Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah, I seriously, I don't know anything about that. that. So. Kermit Loves Bacon says he sent me the link for the house video on Facebook Messenger. All right, let me see. I'll have to. No, I don't see that on Facebook Messenger. So I don't know. Maybe it hasn't come through yet or something like that. Okay. Do you guys want to take a look at? So do any of you have Skype pistols? By the way, let me just start with that. Anyone have the Sky pistol out there? You guys?
I have seen them. I've never owned one. Okay. I work at a small mom and pop gun shop, and we got people coming in that order them every now and then. I've seen people have them because we also have a range out back. I've seen people shooting them. I've never shot one. I've handled one a couple times, but that's about as far as my experience goes with that.
Okay. Okay. So, you work in a gun shop. All right. So, what kind of gun shop worker guy are you? You know, since you're a competition shooter, you work in a gun store. I hope you're not that guy, man, that when you go into the gun store, that everyone has to come out of there with a STI.
No.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
I do crack jokes. No, I do crack jokes, about how the 1911 is the greatest pistol ever devised. But, but no.
Yes, he's that guy. He is that guy in the store. I can tell you that right now. Whatever.
Not.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
we got good. We're a small shop, like seriously a small mom and pop shop. They've been in business for over 50 years, and tiny little storefront, and then there's a pistol range, attached to it.
What's the name of it?
And we got a lot of Rinks Gun and Sport in Lockport, Illinois,
okay.
And we got a lot of good regulars that come in there, every single day. They're retired. They're in there looking in the used cabinet for the old collectible stuff, the old rare stuff. It's like a big, family of employees and clientele. And, we see new people, whether it's women, or the video game guys that come in and they're looking for a Chris Vector because they saw it on Call of Duty. It runs the gamut. We see more and more people doing concealed carry classes there, all types of stuff. So it's good. And we definitely go out of our way to try and make everybody feel welcome and to give them the information that they need and try and guide them through their purchase, whether it be their first gun or, their 100th gun on what they're looking for. And we got a great staff, very knowledgeable, and we try and go above and beyond. We're not the typical dicks that are behind the counter of a gun shop. Because we have a lot of those shops in Illinois here where you walk in and they treat you like, you're shit out of a dog's ass.
Those are everywhere. Those are everywhere. Yeah. Those are everywhere.
And that's it's not right. And so we try and be the antithesis of that, the opposite of that, and make it welcoming and help those people because you never know, that gun you sell them, that information you give them, that advice, whatever, it may save their life one day. It may, change them to be more on our side when it comes to the political battle. So it's a very important thing,
Yeah,
so
absolutely. You don't work in a gun store, do you, Mike?
No, I only work for at the house because I'm retired military. So.
Oh, okay, just checking. David Cardinal says Hank is pretending he only watches Guyana Test cricket for sports entertainment. Okay, I'm going to explain something to you. I don't know anything about any sports, including cricket. So, yes, I'm from the Caribbean. No, I have actually kicked around football, soccer. I've done that, so I'm not going to pretend like I never did that, but I don't know anything about that either. So, pretty much, here's my base of knowledge. I know a little tiny bit about guns. I know a little tiny bit about cars. I know everything about women. That's my bit. That's my.
Hell no.
Oh no! You don't. What? You don't believe that? Why are you laughing?
No, I do. It's big pimping, dude. I saw those retro ads, dude. You look like you know something about women.
Yeah. So I don't really know anything. I don't know if you guys know anything about cricket. No, these guys do. No? Anyone know anything about cricket?
Negative things about cricket.
Yeah. I don't know anything about cricket, so I am that wrong. I left Guyana when I was 5 years old, so don't know a damn thing about cricket. I probably know more about baseball than cricket, and I don't know that much about baseball either. So,
well, can I ask the guest a question of
sure.
How often do you shoot USPSA, and when you do shoot, where?
Okay, good question. Did you hear that?
You just broke up a little bit for me. I don't know if I heard how often do I shoot USPSA, and then after that I didn't hear.
And where? When you do shoot it, where?
Okay, so I shoot around me. There's not too many clubs. So if you really want to shoot a match every weekend, you have to travel a lot. Which our shop being a small shop, I don't get to do as much as I'd like to because we only got like 8-10 employees, and so scheduling stuff is always a conflict. But I shoot at least once or twice a month. USPSA every month. Sometimes I also shoot IDPA. The club that we shoot at is Oak Park Sportsman's Club in Illinois. It's in Plainfield, and they do a bunch of matches. They do IDPA, USPSA, cowboy action, clay matches, and 3-gun and stuff. And it's a great club. There's also Aurora Sportsman's Club where warrior poet John Lovell has trained. Travis Haley has come out to do classes,
I've heard of that
stuff
one.
like
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, we shoot there every year. They do the zombie shoot, which is like a 3-gun, multi-gun match, but it's like just for funsies. I go out to that every year.
And that one has the that has like the bullpup thing attached to it too, right? The zombie shoot.
Yeah, they got
the bullpup guys do that one too. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. But other than that, there's some small clubs, but a lot of the stuff is like local clubs to where we are, Aurora, Oak Park. There's a couple indoor places that do, some mock-up IDPA, USPSA style matches. And then a lot of it, you got to travel to Indiana or, wherever. But yeah, I mean, we got about 10 guys on the team, mm-hmm. and there's always somebody shooting every weekend. Maybe it's not all of us at once at every single match, but everybody's out there representing for the team and, putting on. So it's cool. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
What do you? I had a question for you though, Mike. What do you specifically shoot? Are you a USPSA guy? Are you 3-gun? Are you IDPA? What do you do? And what's your equipment setup?
All right. So I strictly shoot USPSA. I had a bad taste in my mouth about IDPA when I first started shooting, probably back in 2014, 2015, and it seemed like the rules were too cumbersome, but it was just to try to DQ me. That's what I felt like. Because they was like, you get penalized for leaving rounds in the magazine if you do a mag change and all that craziness. So, but when I came across USPSA, I found it to be more fun and it was like more challenging for me.
What division do you shoot? Do you shoot limited? That's what I shoot.
Yeah, limited. That's what I'm at. Yeah. And but I tried my hand at 3-gun. So when I was in the military, I did it one time. And when I got out of the military, I did it a second time, but then the cost hit me because, when I was in the military, I wasn't paying for the ammo when I would go shoot, but it's pretty expensive. So that's the only reason why I don't do 3-gun. But at the same time, in this area, in South Carolina, the Southeast region, it's gun is, did I freeze?
A little bit, but you're still here though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, 3-gun in this area, it seemed like it's dying off because at one point in time, it was every weekend you can go someplace. Now it's probably like 2 or 3 times a month in this area. And even when you travel, because I think the momentum just died down. But USPSA, I can shoot USPSA like every weekend within a 2-hour travel radius.
Yeah. That's about how it is for me. Because of work, I typically work weekends. And so, I have to schedule my competition days off. And, if somebody's sick or they can't fill in or whatever, then I'm stuck working. So it's hard for me. I can usually get 1 to 2 days off a month to do it, whether I got to travel or not. But yeah, every month I'm shooting something. And, I love it. Although, unfortunately, our last couple matches got rained out and canceled, which is, boo-hoo, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so what I actually ended up doing earlier in the year, probably around the June, July time frame, I gave myself a goal of getting A-class in limited division by the end of the year. And it is harder than I thought it was going to be, right? So right now, I'm like 0.15% away from B-class, and I was like, man, this is difficult. And, of course, when you go to a club, whatever classifier they put up, it goes up and down, and
right.
It's a lot of stuff. So this month altogether, if all the matches would have took place, I think I would have done like 7 or 8 matches this month. But the one in Charleston got rained out because of the hurricane. And then the one in Sand Hill, I don't think they could find a match director for that one. So, it brought it down to like 6 matches this month, which I'm cool with. Yeah.
Now, do you shoot minor or major?
It depends on what I'm shooting. So if I'm shooting the Walther, I'm doing minor. But if I shoot the STI, I'm doing major. So some matches, like I want to work on certain things, like footwork, so I'll probably pull out the Walther then. But if it's strictly focused on score, I'll pull out the STI.
Okay.
The STI is where it's at for sure, hands down.
Yeah. Along the lines, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish that thought.
For me, being a 1911 guy.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Beretta 9mm USA wants to know your thoughts on the Springfield Armory, or on Springfield Armory, I guess.
I think they're a bunch of traitorous bastards, them and Rock River both Illinois companies. And we're actually being in the industry as far as being, an employee of a gun shop. I'm seeing the dealer licensing bill and all the trouble that it's causing. It's closed down like half of the FFLs in the state because of it, because they can't afford it, because of all the red tape and bureaucracy and bullshit. And it's really a shame. And I just cannot, imagine being a gun company that is in favor of anti-gun things and all the stuff that they pushed through. Obviously, it's been a little while since all that happened, and they've been, found out and called out and then put out some kind of BS apology about it. But I am no fan of Springfield. I like to call them Socialist Armory or Cuck River Arms, because both Illinois companies, we have it bad enough as it is, and they only made it worse. And thank God the original bill that was proposed did not go through the way it was originally intended, and we were able to knock a couple things off of it and make it less harmful to FFLs and people as law-abiding gun owners in the state. So,
I feel the same way, man. I don't even I know they have new stuff out or whatever. I don't talk about their crap. Just for that reason. I mean, if people out there go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, can you explain what took place with them? Because I'm lost now.
Yeah, okay. So they were both in cahoots, Rock River and Springfield, and they were donating, to the number of thousands upon thousands of dollars to anti-gun politicians and different things. The IFMA, I believe, stuff like that. They had a little organization, and they were basically pushing it. It was like pay-to-play stuff. They were exempt from all the nonsense that was going to go through in the bills if they voted in favor for it, and then everyone else got screwed. So the mom-and-pop gun shops, just regular FFLs out of their house. Originally, it was going to be people were going to be limited to 9 transfers a year. So you sell 5 guns that year, you buy 4. That's it. That's worse than California. I think they at least get once a month or however it goes. But it's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, it goes on and nauseam.
I mean, they had a
in that bill.
Right. They had a guy set up as a lobbyist, and he was basically making plans with the anti-gun side, that would benefit them but hurt everyone else. And then when they got caught out there doing that, they came off of it and said, hey, we've been doing this for a long time. We believe in the Second Amendment and did all that kind of stuff. But if they really did that, they wouldn't have been trying to make like special deals or carving out special deals for themselves. And it's one of the reasons why you're always facing problems there in that Illinois area, because they allowed a lot of this stuff to come up, And companies, I think it's sad when we're in the firearms industry and there's companies that don't want to talk about the politics of the firearms industry. So I understand them like not wanting to get into politics outside of that. It's fine, But politics that directly affects the firearms industry, you need to get into it before you get into trouble. Because if you're paying attention and you know what's going on, then you would know that something stupid like that would not sit well with gun guys.
So. Exactly, even for selfish reasons. And let me just add something to that real quick. I've all of my life, just because of the history and all that stuff, been a big Colt fan. But when I think it was last year, your SHOT Show video where you're going around and at the end of every interview with the people on range day, you were asking them about the Second Amendment, and the Colt guy, which is one of their pro shooters on their team, I don't know if he still is or what's going on, and said, well, I don't have any comment, no comment. They tell us not to talk about that kind of stuff. That was it. That was the last line. They've obviously had their issues in the past, being somewhat anti-gun with civilians and stuff like that, regardless of their excuses. And now they're, for whatever they say, they're not going to be selling to the public. I've got a lot of money that I've spent on Colt products just because they are collectible, they're valuable, it's history, World War I, II, all that stuff, the modern military contracts, building clone rifles, whatever it is. And after I saw that video you put up, Hank, that was very disheartening. And that's not, it's not just them. Smith & Wesson and Ruger and stuff did it back in the day too. That's why we have the Hillary hole, I like to call it, on the revolvers, where the soul of it slowly leaks out. It's just stuff like that, man. It's just why you're literally in the business of selling freedom to America, and you're going to shit on your clientele. It's like, that's the dumbest business decision, even if it was for selfish reasons where you don't really care, but you just care about the money. It's like, I don't understand it,
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Razor JB says vaping is going to kill you. Terribly tactical. So I'm just kidding. I'm just
false.
Oh, it's that's a setup by the government?
It is. It's an inside job.
It's not real.
Yeah. False flag.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Listen, let's get in. Let's take a little break here. I know there's a bunch of people, lots of different questions and stuff like that. Let me remind everyone to smash the thumbs ups. I'm going to get into this Sky thing just so that we can get into this, get it out of the way. So I'm going to, by the way, so I've had this one for a while, this Sky here. This is the CPX-2. So I've had this for a while. I've done several videos on Sky when they first came out. There's a CPX-2. Of course, it's a 9mm. I know, looks a lot like a Kel-Tec, right?
It does.
Yeah, yep. So, and this one came with two magazines. I've actually had a couple of these, but this is the last remaining one that I have. They all come in this little box here. That's why I'm showing you guys this. So, Sky always, to me, is like, it's one of the value plays that are out there, Nice box. Instead of, do you guys remember that really expensive box that Hudson had?
Right.
Better idea. Get a box like that so that your stuff actually. So there's the box that the CPX-4 comes in. It's a 380. I'm going to open this up. Let's see what you guys think about it here. So this is what it looks like inside the box. There's these keys on it. There's a lock. I don't know.
How much does that both of those run for?
I've got to go look up the exact price. They sent this to us on T&E. I know that they right now have like 25% off. So there you go. That hold on a second. So that comes off like that. See that? This crazy lock here, but I guess that's okay. I know that there's a lot the companies have to do this, so they got to sell you the lock. So it's 380. Comes with actually 3 magazines, so there's one in there. I'll look that up. Actually, I have it here. Let me see. I'll pull it up on the screen since you're asking that question.
Yeah. And another question I have is, by being a 380,
it's $305, $305. Yeah, and so I think that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, by that being a 380, is it designed for females, and how hard is it to rack it?
Okay, why does it have to be designed for females if it's a 380?
No, I'm just saying, like how a lot.
Are you discriminating against the 380 caliber now, Mike?
No. Think about it, because Smith and Wesson did the 380 Easy, and it was another company that came out with an Easy platform also. Okay. So I was just wondering, like, if this one was mainly designed for women, because the issue was a lot of women were saying they had a hard time charging the weapon back,
Okay.
The lock back.
All right. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I don't look at it that way. I think there's guys out there. So I know there's a whole thing about 380. I think the caliber has come a long way, right? So there's different 380 technology out there. It's just like people used to wonder about 9mm. That's been better for a long time, but I think 380 has been bumped up. And there's guys that just like something smaller to put it in their pocket. So that's probably what I'll say going on there. This particular magazine that comes in the gun, that has that little pinky thing right there. You should be able to appreciate that, Mike. It's got a pinky
thing. I don't
know.
Well, my hands are a whole lot bigger than yours also. So
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. You might be a little taller than me, man. Your hands not bigger. Look at these hands. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. You want to throw some basketball? You want to throw some hands up? I don't know anything about basketball. What does that have to do with anything?
You palm a basketball.
Can I palm a basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Why can't I palm a basketball? I got hands.
You got fat hands. I got big hands.
Oh, no, listen. There's a lot of fat stuff about me, but my hands are not fat now. Don't even try that. Okay? There's no fat on these hands.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay? The fat's everywhere else. So anyway, let's so other than that one with the pinky thing, there's two other magazines here. So these will make it. I think the whole point of this is to put it kind of like in your pocket kind of a deal, which I'll try it over here in this pocket. I'll see if it really. I think this is probably too big for the pocket, though. I know that's what a lot of people like about a 380.
This feels skinny jeans.
No, I don't. No, not wearing skinny jeans. You're just gonna keep going. Let me see. Let me compare this. Boy. Now all of a sudden your internet is working good. I noticed. So let's compare this.
I noticed you got your finger off the button.
Yeah. Let's compare this size-wise actually to the 9mm. It's just a little tiny bit smaller. It's not that. I don't think this is really super pocketable, in my opinion. It's just, look, what is that?
Still as wide?
Like half an inch or something like that? Huh?
Is it still as wide?
Yeah, it's still, look at the width right there.
Right.
It's pretty much
just a double stack, yeah.
Yeah. It has.
What is that, a 10 plus 1?
This magazine, you know what? Good question. I'm not sure how many rounds this magazine holds. This particular magazine that's in here. But yeah, man, it's just as wide. I haven't gotten a chance to shoot it or anything like that. Basically just came in. And I'm sharing it with you guys, so it's basically just as wide, I think, as.
But you holding it in your hand, like both the then you go to the 380. Does it feel identical, minus the pinky clip?
Yeah, it pretty much. Let me see. This is the 9. That's the 9. That's the 380. Pretty much feels like the same thing. So I think it's just around, and maybe like it's going to be a little bit softer, but
Now, do you think the 380 is going to have a softer recoil?
No, actually, you know what? I mixed that up just to prove that to you. So this is the 9. This is the 9 that I was just showing, and this is the 380.
Okay.
So I actually mixed it up. That's how close these are. Yeah. They're really, really, really close in size and all that kind of stuff. You can just really tell right there, So the 9 is this one, and this is the 380. So, and it's got this Roebuck quad lock. Not even sure exactly what that means. I'm gonna try to take it down here while we're talking. So what's the, other than that, Mike, what's the kind of things that you guys would want to know about something like this? Or you can feel free to jump in there, Josh.
Well, I was going to say, what type sights is it? Do they have, or are they interchangeable?
It looks like you can definitely drift the rear sights. Trying not to muzzle myself here.
Are those
So
that's not XD sights, are they?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure if they're Glock sights or not. Let me see if there's any paperwork in here. Nope. Okay, let's.
Are they polymer?
Yeah, they look like they're polymer. Yes. Yeah, and so there's the front. There's the rear. You know.
Those serrations, do they feel deep?
Yeah, these are deep. Yeah, these are the same kind of serrations that are on the CPX-2. I've got to look into how you take. There wasn't a manual in here. So, for whatever reason,
so they still, I assume they still offer the wide variety of color ranges. I know they got orange and Tiffany and OD, and they got stainless uppers. They got, I don't know if it's melanite or Cerakote or whatever they're using for their carbon guns.
I think this only has two. I'm looking on the website. Stainless. So there's just natural stainless on the website, and then the black nitride, from what I can see.
It's like a SIG finish, yeah.
Yeah, and it's on the website it doesn't say it's available for purchase. So it says new featuring robot quad lock for more repeatable accuracy. So we have to see what that includes. 3 double stack magazines, 10 round capacity, with 1 finger extension based, and 2 flat bases. The barrel machine from bar stock with 7 lands and grooves, having a 1/16 right hand twist. Receiver 775 T6 aircraft grade heat treated aluminum. Slide quality stainless steel available with natural stainless or black nitride. And it goes on here. 3-dot sight system. I'm trying to see if it's Glock or anything else. They don't say here. Double action only. Internal hammer. So let me see. I'll see how the trigger feels on this. Did we lose Mike?
I'm here.
I think he's back.
Oh. Yeah, so this
Do they still offer them with or without the thumb safety? Because I see one of them has a thumb safety, it looks like.
Yeah, this has a thumb safety, so that's what's on there, right there. So that's definitely a thumb safety. And then you can't do anything. You can't pull it. You can't pull the trigger with the without the magazine. It looks like. So see the trigger is just free floating like that. So I'm assuming you have to put the magazine in.
Connect.
Okay. Yeah. So you can't do anything there. That is interesting.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What was that, Mike? Yeah, Mike. Did we lose him again?
I think he froze up again.
Yeah, it looks like we lost him.
Yeah, I think again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have snap caps or anything here, but look, this trigger is not, you can't really do anything unless you actually have a round in there. Yeah, that's what
maybe
it
that's
like.
that quad lock thing. You gotta have four mechanisms, the thumb safety, the magazine in there, round in the chamber, and maybe in battery or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So I would definitely have to get out there, and I didn't bring in any snap caps or anything like that with me. So that's what it is. It feels like a very similar weight and all that kind of stuff too. So I'll get this out on the range as soon as I can and try to bring info for you guys on it. Let me know if anyone else has any questions here.
Now, real quick, you have shot their 9mm guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's been your experience with those?
It's a lot like the Kel-Tec, long trigger pull.
Like a P11.
Yeah, I mean, I think that basically, if I'm not mistaken, when they came out, I think it was the same designers or engineers or something like that originally that were working with the Kel-Tec guys, I think. Looks a lot,
They're both Florida companies, so,
And I don't know if they're still in the same location, but they weren't far from them. But I think it was probably the same guys that designed, what was it, the P11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the double stack, which is like, there's the old Grendel, which was a top feed, internal magazine, which is like the P11, but now the P11 has the detachable. Real quick though, because I know you're kind of a big Kel-Tec guy. I also have, my fair share of experience with their guns, and I just ordered one of those KS7s. Have you shot one of those yet? What do you think about it?
The KS7, that's the 22, right?
No, that's the well, I have one of those on order too. The KS7 is basically the KSG, but it only has
KS7.
one
Yeah, okay.
shells.
Right. Yeah. Yes, I did shoot that at SHOT Show in Media Day. Yeah. That's the single, is it the single barrel one? The single tube?
Right.
Tube?
Single. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting some feedback there. Yeah, you know what? It's lighter. It's lighter. Other than what I shot at SHOT Show, I haven't had a chance to shoot it again. But I do like the fact that it's lighter if you're looking for that. You know what? My KSG I think is pretty good. But if I wanted, what I would do is get the SBS KSG. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
Yeah, so you can actually order that from Kel-Tec. So it's a short barrel shotgun. You can order it from them, and then they'll send it to your FFL, SOT or whatever, and then you go do the paperwork. But you can order it directly from them. That's something I've always wanted to have. But I think the single barrel one, could have its uses, and then maybe with that you can even do the same thing. Go short barrel. Maybe they'll have that option. I'm not 100% sure. You said you have one of those on order?
Yeah, it just came in the other day. I forgot to call it in. Working there, being busy, didn't have the time, so I'll be picking it up shortly. In Illinois, it's a 3-day wait for everything, no matter what it is. And also, to the SBS thing, in Illinois, the only NFA items we can have are SBRs, and that's only if you have your CNR license. We can't have SBSs, we can't have select fire, we can't have suppressors, so it's only an SBR, and it still would need to meet a 26-inch overall length requirement for it to be an SBR. That's legal in Illinois, so I wouldn't be able to get one of those, but I thought it was pretty cool. As far as just, a fun shotgun to play around with. If it proved itself, reliable, I'd have no issue using it for defense. You still get 7 in the tube. I'm wondering, though, does it feed the mini shells, though, like the KSG would? Because if it does, then you have 14, so.
I would have to actually get it. Okay, you know what I think was wrong with this thing? The safety. If you, here we go. If you got the safety on, you're not going to be able to pull, the trigger goes loose like that. So that's why I don't like safety. So there you go. There's the trigger, long trigger pull. Look. It just reset right there.
Wow.
Hold on a second. Yeah, there's not even a click. Oh, right there. It just reset.
Oh.
Yeah. So, that's the thing.
Looks like a double action revolver.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure this one is the same way.
Well, you had to go to Texas for that one.
Okay, let's see if this has a better. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's pretty much the same trigger. It's going to reset right there. You got to come all the way back. Yeah, and you could just keep doing that. So you don't even have to. Right there, it's resetting. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
See, that's something you're going to have to get used to if you shoot that all the time. Right there. And then it's just going to reset itself. Yeah, so it's a lot like a revolver, right?
Yeah.
So is this mainly for new shooters?
No, I just think it's as you can see, it's not what I'm used to. So I think it's just for someone who wants the safety, I guess, of that long trigger pull, like you would get out of a you would get out of a revolver. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah.
So, I'm not opposed to a double action only gun. Like I said, I carry that snub nose most of the time. Sometimes I also carry it, with a Glock 17 or a 1911, and then that's the backup gun. Double action doesn't scare me, but you do have to practice with it. You definitely do have to practice with it. You got to learn, how the gun breaks. You got to learn where it breaks. You got to learn how to roll it back without disturbing your sights. So it is a learned skill for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, it might be harder for a newer shooter, which newer shooters tend, to buy a cheaper gun, a more entry-level gun, because maybe they're not sure that they're ever going to use it. Maybe they're not sure that they're actually going to go shooting every weekend, or, whatever it is. They don't know any better, whatever the situation might be. And so it will probably make it harder for people unless they learn that trigger and put in the time and effort on the range. Unfortunately, most gun owners, whether they're new or have owned guns all their lives, don't shoot enough,
Yeah.
and that's a big issue, I feel. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with a double action.
Yeah.
I'd prefer that to be a double action without a safety.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, Babyface wants to know what it is. It's the Sky Pistol. That's what it is. So I'm just messing around with it. I obviously have not shot that Sky that I have in a long time. So yeah, when you put it on safe, completely disconnects it, then you've got that little... I guess you can do that with your thumb. Take it off. So this is, someone's asking me what caliber is it. It's .380. So there you go. Yeah, there's some people who want that, They just feel like they need something. Either they're going to have it on them, in a bag, a purse, or in the dash or something like that of the car. And they want that really long trigger pull. And like you said, they want that double action only kind of thing. Maybe they want
the safety.
Yeah, they want that safety and all that kind of stuff. And that's why it even comes with the lock. So I guess if you're gonna leave it in your car, you could put the. Let me see if I can figure this out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you can lock this up, I guess. As long as you don't lose the key, you're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
If you lose the key, this is totally useless to you, except as throwing it, but you don't want to lose the key. They do give you, I just dropped the key somewhere, but they give you an extra key. Just in case you drop it. Yeah. Where if you're gonna put this in your car and lock it, you better put these keys somewhere that you know exactly where those keys are. But listen, if, for us, for what we do, like, this seems kind of alien to me. I understand why it would, I understand why it would feel alien to a lot of regular gun guys, because this is not working anything like a Glock or whatever it is that you're used to using. But
1911.
Yeah. Yeah. Little baby 1911, I guess, could go in the place of that. There's 380 1911s, right?
Yeah. Well, they're not technically 1911s, but yeah.
Yeah.
STI got
Let me. You guys talk. I'm gonna go try to find that key.
Yeah. Go ahead and deep dive for it. 1911. I mean, STI. They got one that you can carry every day, and I think the barrel length is like the P. I think is what it is, staccato P. But it's everyday. But I think it only formulates 8 rounds.
Well, it might be the staccato C. I think the P is like the commander double stack gun. I could be wrong, but I think the C is like the single stack carry gun variant that they have.
I'm not familiar with STI's line. I seen it in a commercial. I looked it up one time, but the only thing that turned me off from it was it only had 8 rounds.
And it wasn't 45.
I think it was a 445.
No, I think they make them in 9mm. I could be wrong, but they could make them in everything. But the ones I saw, they've all been single stack 9mm guns. Which at that point, I'm not opposed to a single stack, but if it's a 1911, it's going to be 45 ACP or 10mm. So.
So that's what you shoot in competition, 45?
No, I shoot my STI. It is one of their double stack guns. It's a 9mm.
Hold on. Let me just throw you up. Okay, there you go.
I got it at a really good price. This is their Hawk 5.0. So it's a double stack gun. It's kind of like more of a base model gun, Dawson, fiber optic, blacked out rear, all that. But, I shoot minor in USPSA, limited division. But next year I'll probably be getting like a DVC L in 40 cal, just to up the ante. So this is my first year, like seriously shooting all the time. I've shot in the past before, random matches, whatever. So I bought this, to get started. I run it out of a Red Hill tactical holster, the Safari Land canned roller, ball bearing mag pouches, whatever. But the advantage that the major caliber does give you as far as points and stuff, if I got one in a 40 cal, it is worth it if you're really out there shooting, seriously. But I do pretty good in minor. But next year I'm probably going to be shooting a 40 cal. But
yeah, that's what this one is. This one's a 40, STI DVCL. So,
yeah.
Like I said, competition, that front optic, it came red, but I changed it to green, and I like the green better.
Yeah, I prefer the green, but I'm just waiting for this red one to crack before I swap it out, so.
Okay, I got some questions.
I just said mess with it. I did it.
Okay, guys. Okay, we understand. You got.
I'm sorry, Hank, feeling left out.
You have the awesome STIs. Excuse us. Excuse the rest of us for a second here. Okay, no, listen. Eli EDC wants me to ask Terribly Tactical, has he heard anything about the meeting that took place in North Lake about the Fix the Foyd Act? So.
I have not heard too much about it. I know that it took place. As far as the results of it, I'm not 100% certain. There's a lot of stuff going on in Illinois. It's hard to keep track of it all because the Foyd card, we have a Foyd card. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's a firearm owner's identification card. And so you literally have to go through the state and pay a fee and wait who knows how long because they're always backed up, quote unquote. I think they're just screwing with us.
And that's just to buy a gun you have to have.
That's just to buy a gun, own a gun, buy ammunition.
Okay.
A lot of ranges in Illinois won't even let you get on the range by yourself.
Okay, but that's not a CCW.
Right,
it's
right.
Not.
It's just to own.
Okay.
And then if you want to conceal carry, that's a separate thing. And it's $153 for the license itself, plus the cost of the class, 2 days, whatever it is. So it's obnoxious, it's ridiculous, and that in and of itself is an infringement.
Yeah.
But recently, well, not recently, but not too long ago, the Foyd card did get ruled unconstitutional.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Have they heard about
Yeah.
this thing? This little piece of paper over there? No?
Right. Well, Murdoch versus Penn Supreme Court case clearly states that you cannot take a right and make it a privilege by issuing a license and a fee for it, which is exactly what the Foyd card is. Yeah. And we're one of 4 or 5 states that have it.
Yeah, because New York has something. Jersey. I'm not sure about Jersey. I know New York has something like that. Jersey might. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Hawaii has buying permits and different shit like that. So
yeah.
It's really, and in my opinion too, it's just a backdoor registration. They don't necessarily know what you got, but they probably figure you got something. So, they're going to be knocking on your door first. And it's just, it's all messed up here in Illinois, and we're fighting our best, to do what we can do. But it's always an uphill battle, just like it is anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it's pretty bad. Yeah. And it's getting worse.
It's interesting that, when you look at these impeachment things that are going on in right now in Congress, right, against Trump because he violated the Constitution, all of those people should be out. All of those people are blatantly violating the Constitution, but they're going after Trump because he asked about some corruption or whatever nonsense that is. Noodles, let's see, Noodles 1980. Hank, what do you think about the Chris Vector in 5.7, 5.56, or 7.62 by 39? What? They make
like if there was to be one, I think is what he's saying.
Okay, which one? Okay, let me see. The Chris Vector, yeah. You know what? I think that's probably a good point that that a lot of people make. That whole V vectoring thing. I don't know if it really affects 9mm. So if I had to choose one of these that I think I don't think that it's going to do really any good unless you make it obviously there's longer barrels and stuff like that, but I wouldn't want those anyway from a Chris Vector. Yeah. So in 5.56 or 7.62, waste of time. Now 5.7, yes and hell yes. In 5.7, if I had to choose one of those,
but
it still doesn't have a lot of recoil. Yeah.
Right. So it would probably have functionality issues with the way that the bolt drops down and back and all that.
Yeah. Maybe. Of course. Yeah, it probably would. Maybe 300 blackout or something.
That would be cool. Yeah. That would be a thing.
Yeah. That
I
would
could get
yeah.
down with that. Yeah.
If they could actually, like you said, make it happen. Chris Vector is cool, man. Here's the reason why I don't actually own a Chris Vector. Whenever I go to Media Day, they always have the full auto suppressed, Chris Vector. That's the one that you want to shoot. But if you ever shoot that, then a regular Chris Vector makes no sense to you. See,
Right.
That's really where it all comes into play, right? That whole vectoring and everything that it's supposed to be doing in a full auto one, it is so awesome. So awesome. And more practical if you put it like on bursts, like 3 rounds or whatever the burst is. That's pretty awesome. So, but if you're just going to get one that doesn't have all of that, I don't know.
I only shot one time, and it was suppressed, but it wasn't full auto. But I was more like, okay, I'm cool with it.
In full auto suppressed, that thing is a dream. Everyone should be able to have that.
Yeah, or like an MP5 SD.
Yeah.
If you guys were to have a Chris Vector, what caliber would you get it in? Because I'm looking to pick one up just because I think it's cool. Just like why I bought the Scorpion. This is a 32 ACP. They make them in other calibers, but this thing is just a joy to shoot. I actually just posted a video of me bump firing it, earlier today. But cool. I would probably go at least 45 or 10 mil. I'm leaning more towards the 10 mil. But you can get some pretty smoking hot loads in either one.
Yeah.
And for that, for half the price of the new LWRC 45 subgun or whatever. I mean, it's cool. It's space age looking, and those are 2 pretty good calibers out of a subgun.
Do you have an ammo sponsor, or are you very wealthy?
No, I work hard for my money.
Okay, then you might not want to go 10 millimeter.
Well, I have a 10 millimeter 1911, and I love shooting it, and I'm a big 45 guy.
Okay. Do you get 10 millimeter at good? Well, you work at a store, so maybe you get 10 millimeter at good prices.
I get a little bit of a discount, but it's not as good as free. I'll tell you that. So.
Yeah. I guess there's people. Look, if you could get good prices on 10 millimeter, it might be cool. I don't know. I would say, like, I don't know, either 9 or 45. But if you really wanted to choose one of those, I would probably say 45 if you're going to suppress it and everything. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would say. I don't know. I don't know if you really what you think about it, Mike, because you said you don't really shoot at that. You haven't shot it that much.
Well, yeah. What I shot, I can't remember the caliber I was shooting because it was only one time and it was like last summer. But I was more like, okay, it was fun, you know.
More people that I know have it, I think, in 45, if I'm not mistaken, because at least you can suppress it. And then I think, did anyone ever come out with a binary trigger for that? I think so. I think there is a binary trigger for right?
I don't know about that, but that would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, if
I know they have them. You know, my buddy has one on his MPX, and that thing rocks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, full auto, man. That's the thing with those that makes those awesome. Let's see. Ron Middleton says, "What do you think of the Beretta APX-17?" No idea.
Not a fan.
Okay. What do you think, Mike? Do you know the APX-17? Because I have no. I'm gonna have to look it up. Beretta.
It's basically like their Glock. It's got the serrations all the way across the slide, full size, I believe. Unless it's something new that I'm unaware of.
No idea what that is.
Yeah. Let me see if I can look it up right now. Is this one of the new guns that just came out? No, it's been out for a while. I don't know. Either one of you guys big? Do I have either one of these guys right now? Okay, I got Mike here. Either one of you big on? Did we lose?
No, I'm here.
Yeah, you're there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Are you guys big on Beretta?
I love those little tiny mouse guns that they make or used to make. I think they're super cool. Not the most practical thing by any means, but just I collect them. They're super cool, and I love a 92. You know, it's super classic. It's a very nice shooting gun. There's a decent amount of things you can do to it. I've carried them before. I've carried a full-size 92, you know, as my everyday carry gun. I've shot them in competition. I've, you know, just range toy, home defense gun, whatever. They make a good gun, and if you maintain it properly, you change out the springs when you need to. I prefer the Type G, the decocker only. You can get the 30-shot mags for them like you can with a Glock, for the 93R. I think they're a very viable gun, if you like a all-metal hammer-fired pistol. So I'm in favor of that stuff. But as far as and they make a good shotgun. But as far as the CX Storms and now their striker-fired stuff, I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm more partial to the 92 as well, but only for the reason of if you actually master that trigger on the old school version, you'll master every handgun you shoot after that.
Yeah, this Beretta looks interesting, but I haven't really had a chance to mess around with it, so I'm not sure what I would say about that, to be honest with you. It looks interesting. It looks like it's modular.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it looks like it's modular, so that's interesting. I don't know what you guys think about modular guns. If you're gonna, to me, some things are better in that format, right? Because if you really want to change around sizes and do things like that, you could do it. I remember when SIG came out with the 220? I had the
320.
Yeah, the 320 is the newer one, but I had the P220s that they first came out with, and the trigger on that was terrible.
No, the 250, the polymer
250s,
one.
The 250s, yes.
Yeah.
That's when I first started doing this, man. I made a bunch of videos. I had that, and then once I realized how terrible that trigger was, I was like, and that's out of here. So, and then I didn't get into the 320s, but I've kind of been thinking I don't know, maybe I should. The trigger's better for sure, and then there's so many things for it. There's a carbine kit and all that kind of stuff now.
Yeah, the new Flux Defense M17 thing is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I collect the military handguns or just any military firearms. So
yeah,
even though I'm not a fan of the 320, I'm gonna have to get an M17. And now that they have the M17 Flux kit thing or whatever, that looks pretty sweet. So as long as the gun runs, that would make a good little backpack gun, good little truck gun, good little home defense carbine kind of deal. So that's cool. I'm down with that as long as it works. But I know they had some issues with the 320s, the 365s, all that stuff. So
yeah. Dude Abide says those Browning 85% size 1911 style 380s are cool. So there you go. Let's see. Razor JB says SHOT Show won't have many new guns this year, many optics and more accessories, but 1911s will be making a showing for sure. Yeah, lots of people are making 1911s now. So, yeah. Let's see what else. I'm trying.
Are you gonna get that Cabot, Hank? You gonna get yourself a Cabot or what?
Oh, that's a dream gun right there. One of these days I would get a Cabot guns. Why not? It's nice stuff, man. It's
Oh yeah.
I get one, and I'd actually use it. I wouldn't leave it in the safe, like some people. What is the point? Do you guys believe in safe guns? Okay, I see Mike is laughing. No, you guys are competitive. Yeah, you guys are competitive, so you guys don't have safe guns, right?
Well, I mean, I do have a couple. Most of them are old, rare, irreplaceable, collectible kind of stuff, to where I'll maybe shoot it once or twice a year and take really good care of it, clean it immaculately, and put it back in the safe. It's not going to be a carry gun. It's not going to be, it just gives you pride of ownership. Maybe it's a piece of history. Maybe it's just very finely made, or it's something unique. So I can agree with that. But yeah, I do shoot most of my stuff, pretty much all of my stuff, except for a few, collectible, old, whatever.
Oh, okay. So if you're afraid of destroying it or something like that.
Right. Because then you got to replace the parts, and then it's not going to be factory original. You lose the collector, value and just the history of it. So stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
most of the time I'm shooting everything, so.
What about you, Mike?
I don't have anything that just sits in there as a collectible. Everything I have, I use. But I say the only thing I probably don't use as frequently as everything else is probably the shotgun.
Yeah, the only guns in my safe that I haven't shot is because I haven't gotten around to it. So there you go. I don't have any real fragile, really old guns like that I'm worried about. Babyface says, where in the Second Amendment do they say you need a FOID? And he says he's not able to find it. He's looking, but he can't.
Yeah. So are all of us in Illinois. We still haven't found it yet either, but the search continues, so.
I want to say when I was up there in Illinois, somebody was telling me something like they're using that as a stall tactic because they were supposed to come up with some type of manual or class or something like that. I vaguely
They're
remember
always
it.
trying to do some nonsense, man. Like they're originally too. They just tried to up because it's like $10, right? It's $10 to get the FOID. You have to go online to the Illinois State Police website, fill out this huge application. It's even more inclusive than a 4473. And then you have to upload pictures and this, that, and the other thing. And then the state has 30 days per the law to either approve or deny you your FOID card and mail it out to you. I know that when Obama got reelected, I've had mine since I was in like 4th or 5th grade. But when Obama got reelected, and they're good for 10 years.
Wait. You've had what since the 10th grade?
My FOID card.
Oh, there's no age limit on it?
Well, if you have your parents' consent, they got to sign off on the thing. You know,
I don't want to say that's good. It shouldn't exist, but okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It definitely should not, no. But when Obama had gotten reelected, everybody and their brother was either reapplying or newly applying for a FOID card. And in the law, they're supposed to approve or deny and send out the card within 30 days. It took me 6.5 months to get my new card. And then so if there was no provision for, a grace period because it's their fault, I would have technically been illegally in possession of firearms at that point. So they try and get you any way they can in Illinois, just like many other states, New York, California, all that stuff. So, it really is a shame. But yeah, it's definitely unconstitutional in and of itself, the FOID card, let alone all the other bullshit we got to deal with. So
yeah. Okay, here's a comment. This is the name. Your face would look better between my legs. That's the name. I'm just making that clear to everyone. This is the comment from Your Face Would Look Better Between My Legs. Has anyone in Congress not violated the Constitution in the last 100 years?
I would say no.
Yeah, the answer to that is definitely no. So there you go. Let's see. Okay, Mike has no comment after that.
No, I say no. So.
Yeah, James.
Hashtag bring back the guillotine, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
James Lawson says, I want a Cali legal Chris. Anyone have experience with it? Oh, is there a California legal Chris Factor? Oh no, there probably is, right? With the fin, with that fin thing on it, maybe.
It's a bolt action Chris Factor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. That Terran Tactical, what's the MPX, PCC rifle. They got a California version of that one, and it's totally different than the one I actually seen. But I only seen it online. So.
Yeah. Now, how does that work real quick? I don't mean to butt in. How does that work? Because, I follow the Terran stuff. I have a bunch of the Terran accessories, base plates, whatever. Again, I'm sending my Benelli for 3-gun out to him to kind of get like it's an M2. I'm kind of going to get like the John Wick 3 package on it, how they had it set up. How in California does he get away with having the high cap guns and doing all that? Is it because he's a manufacturer, or how does it work?
Yeah, he's like a business owner or something like that. It's his own entity, and because of it's his job and how it associates with training and the movies, it's like his grandfathered in where he's covered or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. They explained it at SHOT Show, but I was like, the way they explained it was like it came in, came out. It was too much BS, but it actually made sense.
Well, we had the guys from Independent Studio Services here on the show. Larry Zanoff, actually, the guy from there. And Independent Studio Services is the same kind of thing. That, they're in California, and they have the most guns out of anyone in California, machine guns, all of that stuff. So you can do that with the right licenses. I'm sure it's not easy. And everyone can't jump on that, and they've probably had it for a while, You
also got to remember too, his like custom work he does. I'm pretty sure he goes through another shop. It doesn't go through him. Like it'll probably be like you send it to me, but I send it to Hank to get the work done to it, and then it comes back to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not really versed on it, but I'm just guessing right now.
Okay. Harry's Holsters says, what sub-gun was that? Are you still talking Chris? Are you talking about Josh? Maybe that little...
The little Scorpion?
Yeah.
The original Scorpion, the VZ61?
Yeah. Are those easy to find nowadays?
Well, I'll tell you what, it is made in Czechoslovakia, it's now the Czech Republic, by Czech Small Arms. They got a website, check them out, and then it's imported through Checkpoint USA. Actually, I think that's the website where you would buy it from or order it from. But yeah, they got that in 32 ACP, threaded, non-threaded. They could have it come with the original wood grip. I got no affiliation with these guys either. I just ordered the gun because I think it's awesome. And they also do the VZ58s, all that, the VZ 2008s. They also have a pistol version of it, which is super cool. They make a brace for this, which in Illinois, even if I did SBR it wouldn't meet the 26-inch overall length because it is a small gun. So I could maybe get the stock and weld it in place, like forward, how it folds, to get that look, or I could put a brace on it, which would be a little bit sacrilege, but single point, sling it up, bump fire it, have a good time.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a cool little toy.
What do those cost?
They're under $700, man, all day long.
All right.
And they're the fit and finish. I got a video coming out on it soon. Well, I say soon, maybe in the next couple weeks, but the fit and finish is top notch. You get, a nice case. You get 3 mags with the gun. They've got all types of support for it, accessories. And, the 32 is the original, the 32 ACP. And then they also make a 380 version and a 9x18 Makarov version. So that's cool too. So you get a little bit more punch out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that'll be cool for Walter, and then Babyface could get the 32 ACP. He's into that round, which was a popular round from my research into it, right? 32 ACP used to be more popular than a lot of other rounds, right?
A lot of militaries used that cartridge as their go-to pistol sidearm, caliber for the longest time. And then now even a lot of Eastern, Europeans or whatever are still using 9x18 Makarov if they're not NATO, using 9mm. So, I mean, I wouldn't stand in front of, a 22, let alone a 32 or a 380 or whatever. I don't want you shooting my ass with a BB gun, so it's like, I mean, it's still definitely lethal. It's today's standards, modern ammunition. It's not a 9mm, it's not a 45, it's not, a 5.7, but it's cool and, could be useful, but to me, it's more of like a toy and a collector thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Hootie, shout out to Hootie Who. He's out there. He says he has one of those old 25 ACP Beretta mouse guns. Some of those are threaded, right? Or I guess you can get the barrel threaded. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they got it's super cool. They actually make like I forget who it is, but they make a keychain suppressor for those little like 22, 25 Beretta, the tip-up barrel ones. And you send your gun out, the company threads the barrel, whatever, and then you get the suppressor from them, and it literally screws onto your keychain, and it's like this big. You could take it off, screw it onto the threaded barrel, and now you have a suppressed little mouse gun, and it's super cool. It's like some James Bond stuff, man.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else. I'm trying to go through here and see if there's any other comments and questions. I think there were, but then I probably, there's a lot of comments and everything coming up. For everyone out there, smash the thumbs ups. I think we need 2 more and we'll get to 100. So go ahead and smash those right now.
Smash.
Oh, actually, you know what? I have some pictures. Okay, so James Lawson actually sent me a picture of the Chris Vector, and I'll throw it up here. So this is, let me see if I can go sideways on this thing. No. Okay, so can I zoom in on it? Let's see. No, I can't get it. Okay, so this is the Chris Vector CRB Gen 2 45 ACP black, and yeah, it has the little fin. What is that doing in California that's going to make... Okay, it's like $1,600 also. So there you go. Just that stupid fin thing makes no sense. What is that supposed to...
California.
Yeah, that's just really, really crazy. All right. Now, what's this you're showing off right here?
H&K 416-22. It's the HK one. It's licensed by HK, produced by Umarex, both German companies. But, this is the one that's listed on their website. It has the SBA3 brace on it. It's the pistol format. And this is the most fun little, 22 plinker or training aid.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's
cool. You can buy, dude. It's got the real, H&K 416 pistol grip on it. That's shown on the actual rifle. It's all aluminum as opposed to the Smith & Wesson variant, which is all polymer. And it's real, size AR mag, so you can put them in your pouches for training. And it operates just like an AR, and it's awesome. It's super fun, very accurate, very well made, and it's cheap for an H&K. This is the cheapest H&K gun you can buy. It's like $350, dude.
Oh, for an HK and a 22?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. And what kind of trigger is on that thing?
It's just like a mil-spec AR trigger, basically.
Okay. So that you could
swap it to something.
Yeah, you could drop a binary up in there and then get you.
That would be sick, dude.
Yeah.
With a suppressor on it, dude. Oh, dude, now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. I love 22s. I love AR style 22s. Chris Vector actually makes the Defiant DMK 22, which I'm going to be doing a video on that because we changed out the barrel, put an integrally suppressed in there. I think we just had to do some fine tuning with the barrel, but that'll be coming up. I love the 22s, man. Nothing beats 22 except a suppressed 22 and or a full auto suppressed 22. That's what Chris Vector should make. Right there, 22. If they want to do a cool caliber, man, because you could shoot, 22 all day. Yeah. And then everyone should be able to have full
round drum mag.
Yeah, everyone should be able to go full auto. Okay, so John he also sent me his rifles that he wants me to throw up. So there go all of his rifles. They look all old school, so respect to the old school rifles out there. Let me see. I don't know if anyone else has sent me stuff here that I have to throw up on the thing. There were some stories or whatever. There were some Florida man stories. I don't know if I'm necessarily getting into the Florida man stories today. I don't know. I think we should. I
do always enjoy those.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I think we should do Ohio man or South Carolina man.
Oh, you don't want to mess with South Carolina. Yeah. You're gonna be in tears when you finish hearing those stories.
Really? Is it that? What are you saying? Is it that bad?
Yeah. It's like the other day. I think it was like a little kid, 11 years old, drove 3.5 hours to meet a complete stranger.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the complete story behind it, but I was like, wow.
I heard about that. That's crazy. Like someone he met on Snapchat or some insanity. Yeah. What was that knife you were just throwing up there, Josh?
So this is, I know you're a big fan. So this is the Microtech 25-year Blade Show exclusive.
Oh, boy.
It's got the coin with it, the silver coin, .999 silver. It's the bayonet blade, 25-year. Yeah. So I know you like your Microtech, so I brought that along for the show.
Oh, that's cool. So this is their 25th year?
Yeah. This last Blade Show is their 25th year in business, making awesome knives. I love Microtechs. I got a safe full of them.
Okay.
I carry them from time to time, and it just became legal not too long ago for us to actually carry an automatic knife in Illinois. Before, I was stuck with my Spydercos or my whatevers, but now we could actually carry.
So you guys couldn't even do that. Okay.
We could own them under collector purposes, but you as a letter opener or whatever. But you couldn't if you got caught carrying it outside of your house. That's a felony. But no longer. But you do have to have your FOID card to be able to do so, which makes zero sense because it's a firearm owner. I mean, it's all messed up, dude.
What kind of savagery? What kind of savagery is going on in Illinois, man? For crying out loud!
Too much.
It's just savagery. By the way, there's mine right there. This is the Hank Strange special.
That's awesome.
Let me have it, Hank. Let it be an early birthday.
There's only one in the world. There's only one in the world right now. So
let me have it.
No, absolutely
with the Tonto. I love the Tonto, man.
I mean,
love the Tonto.
You're awesome, man. But I'm not I wouldn't give this to Lola, so don't feel bad about it.
And she sleeps next to you every night.
No, no. Lola had to get her own. She had to get her own joint. Yeah, can't have mine. So, let's see. Did I ask you how much that 25 anniversary one was?
Well, my buddy, who actually is in cahoots and works with Bastinelli Knives, shout out to Nico. He was at Blade Show working for Bastinelli Knives, and he picked it up for me. And so I got the show price for it, which you could only get these if you were at the show, unless somebody at the show bought it and is now selling it aftermarket. But I've seen it go, $400 or $500 on the
Yeah.
aftermarket, but
Okay.
I paid $200 for it. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's a good deal, man. I didn't know. I didn't even know that was going on. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Red Bear is out there. He says, I carry a rusty razor blade and got an old rain barrel in the back just for it. Okay. There you go. And Rocky Mountain Bear says, sweet tits, that is a nice Microtech. I don't know whose Microtech he's talking about, but yeah.
They're all, but that Hank, that 101, dude, I'm a sucker for some 101 shit.
Yeah,
dude.
here, I'll show off mine again.
Yeah, show it off, dude.
There it goes. That is the Hank Strange logo on that. I forgot the name of the company. They're in Vegas that did this. What? Oh, is it on there? Is it on the thing? Okay, PVK, Lola says. PVK. So in Vegas, they're like it looks like a little tiny store in Vegas, but when you go in there, they're the biggest Microtech dealer in the country. So they have a lot of Microtechs, and then you can specially get yours customized. And if I give my permission, you can actually get the Hank Strange logo customized on there. So
hold on. Now, when you get it customized, it has your permission rights to it?
Yes.
So if I go get one made, and if you want to get one made like how I had it customized, you have to contact me to get my permission.
Yeah, well, so you can so like for my logo, for example, they have it there in their system, but they won't put it on anyone's knife unless I authorize it. So if you went in there, you can get whatever knife you want, and you could put custom stuff on there, but they won't put the Hank Strange logo on there unless I specifically authorize it to go on the knife. So there you go. And these are expensive. That's why, otherwise I would definitely like do some, some kind of thing with it. But I mean, to be honest with you, Microtechs are not cheap, everybody.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
No.
But I think they're worth the money because, for one, they're super cool.
Yeah.
There's a wide variety of options to get, for anybody, colors, scales, materials, whatever blades. And they just hold up, man. I've got a couple that I use as beaters, carry knives, and they work. I've got a couple collectible, like custom ones, that just sit in the safe and guard the safe for a rainy day. And, and I don't have any qualms. Spending the money on them because I've never been let down by a Microtech product. So
yeah, they're also very tradable. So I have another one.
They hold value.
Yeah, maybe Lola's one. We traded something for it, or I should say, Babyface did all of that. So yeah, you can trade them with people. There's all kinds of stuff going on there. Microtech covers them basically for life, so you can send them back to Microtech. So even if you see someone out there, they have an old one and it looks kind of beat up or whatever, you can actually send it to Microtech and they'll take care of that. I'm not saying it's all going to be free for you to do that, but
right. But it's a possibility.
It's an option, yeah. And they always tighten up the screws and all that because on there they're the only ones that really have the what is it like? It's a
proprietary screw heads and all that. They sell a tool to do it, but I'd rather have the professionals dick around with it than me and screw it up. So
yeah.
Right.
Your face would look better between my legs says I got an OKC 3S bayonet. It's sexy. Yes, bayonet's a badass, Do you guys collect any other knives, Mike? You're from South Kakalaka. You gotta have knives, man.
No, I'm in the jiu-jitsu, so I'd rather choke somebody out.
Jiu-jitsu knives aren't allowed in jiu-jitsu?
If there are, I know nothing about them.
Oh. It's more of a Kali thing, weapon art.
Yeah. Okay, because don't make me. I'll start taking out OKCs. So OKCs are nice knives, man. I keep some OKCs around here. Let's see. There's one right there. Damn.
Oh, shit.
What is this? This is the Rat 5. Here, I'll show you guys the Rat 5 real quick right here. From OKC. Yes, they do actually make pretty good stuff. Look at that.
Yeah, Ontario's legit. I like them.
Yeah.
I got a few of them, like they're Rat 2s or whatever. I got the carbon fiber one.
Yeah.
They're
that's a
nice
knife. That's a knife. Yeah. So yeah, man, OKC has some cool stuff. I can't believe jiu-jitsu. So you guys aren't allowed to walk around. I'm gonna keep this information in my brain about jiu-jitsu, guys.
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong now. There are probably some practitioners out there that are expert with knife uses, but I never went down that path.
Yeah. So so jiu-jitsu guys, can you have guns then? If you can't have knives, can you guys have guns?
Man, where I'm from, that's the norm. Jiu-jitsu is just a workout for me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, let's see what this one is. Oh, this is the ASAC mod. This OKC right here. The ASAC mod. So check that out.
Nice.
I know it looks kind of dirty, but it's actually like, I don't know, powder coated. Kind of like rhino lined. But, yeah. That's a pig sticker right there.
Oh, yeah. I love a good knife, man. I collect them. I use them. I mean, it's one of the oldest tools known to man. Yeah. And, my dad carried one. My grandpa carried one. His dad and grandpa carried one. So, I mean, it's one of those things,
Yeah. I think knives are cool, too, man. I'm always collecting different knives. I can't resist.
Yeah. I'm going to look into get one of those Microtech knives.
Yeah.
You have to, man. You have to.
Yeah, I think there's...
Start off with the Ultratech. I like the Stitch, but start off with an Ultratech. I think that's the best knife they make, whether you get a production or a custom or anywhere in between. The Ultratech, whatever blade you like, whatever materials you like, for like $250 to $350, you can get a very nice knife, man.
Yeah.
Very nice knife.
Harry's Holster says, check out Compliance Edge. Yeah, Compliance Edge. Okay, I gotta look into that. He says, a guy who can work a blade looks as impressive as hell. So there you go. All just different tools for different things, man. Even if you're just opening up letters with them, it's always cool when you're the guy when someone's trying to open something like, oh, do you have a knife? Yes, I do.
They always ask for scissors. Everybody always asks for scissors. And I was like, well, I don't have
scissors?
But I do have a knife.
Okay.
And then I give them the knife or I do it myself, and they're always like, oh my God, you're so ready to do stuff. I'm like, it's just a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Why don't you have one?
Yeah. Dude Abide says, break out a ballad song, and then Special K says he sent me a ballad song a while back, which he did. So, hold on a second. Let me see if I have the... Okay, I have no idea how to use that. Do you guys know how to use, like, the butterfly knife?
I do. I'd have to go upstairs and get mine, but yeah, I do have some ballad songs, and I do flip a little bit.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. You are going to get cut for sure.
Yeah.
But
see, that's
part
something
of
the jiu-jitsu guy should be able to do that. Oh, wait. Oh, here it goes. I knew I had this thing somewhere here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, by the way, look, specially customized for Hank from Special K. There he goes. And he actually got these in the Philippines, by the way. So, I can't do all that flip out nonsense, just so you guys know. So don't even expect it from me. But there it goes.
That's a pretty sick looking blade, though. I like that.
Yeah. So there goes. That's from Special K. Thank you very much.
That is nice.
And these came from the Philippines, right? Or like there's some fighting styles. What's the fighting style from the Philippines? Someone.
Kali, I think it is.
Yeah. Or Special
K. It's a karambit stuff.
Yeah. The Filipino dudes that know how to do that, man, they'll slice you up. You won't even feel it till you get to heaven.
Yeah. For real. Seriously.
I'm not kidding. I've seen some stuff, man. You'll get juked up real quick. So there you go. Let's see. Okay, Rocky Mountain Bear says Condor makes some serious machetes and machete. Oh yeah, machetes are cool too. Yeah. Now, Mike, come on, man. You're in South Carolina and you don't have machetes? I can't even believe that.
How do you cut your grass, dude?
Yeah, what the hell are you talking
Actually, the guy comes around, I'll be like, yo, you want to cut it? I got you.
Oh, my
and
God.
I'll leave.
Wow. Yeah.
Last time I touched a machete, I was in Korea, and that was back in 94. Nope, I'm sorry. That was 96.
Oh my goodness! So So here's a good question from, and we're gonna go a little bit over because we started a little bit late. Plus, I won't be here tomorrow, so I'm gonna give you guys a little extra. DCG44 says, "Who does not carry a pocket knife at least?" So, Mike, you gotta at least carry a pocket knife, or you don't carry a pocket knife.
I do when I see it. I have an M&P knife.
Oh, okay.
But half the time, like like when I take my clothes off, I just throw everything in the dirty clothes, and then when I'm like lost my wallet or keys, I gotta go back and I'll probably leave the knife in the pants, and then before I know it, I'm halfway down the road and be like, oh man, I don't got my knife on me. Oh well.
Okay.
So it's hit or miss with me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna start with you, then I'm gonna go to Josh. What is your everyday carry then, man? Are you just carrying guns in hands?
Let's start.
Sorry, Josh. Let's start with. Let's see what Mike. Let's put Mike on the spot here. Let's see what Mike rocks with. What's his everyday carry?
My everyday carry is the PPQ from Walther.
Okay.
Right. Got my keys. Got my wallet.
Okay.
Depending on how the wind blows, maybe a knife, but more than likely not a knife. But I got these skills from jiu-jitsu I've been using for over 13 years.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So walking around with the jiu-jitsu skills. Okay. All right. What about you, Josh? I can respect it. I respect it. That's your carry. I respect it. You got the jiu-jitsu skills. Unless I throw a machete at you, because I don't know if there's a jiu-jitsu move.
My zig and zag is on point.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, Josh. Go ahead. What's your everyday?
Yeah. No. So I always carry a gun, if not two guns. Sometimes it's two guns on my person. Sometimes it's a gun on my person and a gun in my EDC bag, which I carry. That's got a bunch of extra goodies. It's got body armor, whatever. But on my person, at least a gun. It's usually the snub nose, the Smith Snubby in the Harry's Holsters.
Go ahead, show that again. Sorry.
Couple of reloads. Okay, yeah, the Harry's Holster Icon Multicam Black is the best camo ever devised. And 642 Smith & Wesson snub nose without the Hillary hole. We don't mess around with none of that sacrilege around here. Winchester plus P loads in there. And I usually have, I carry mace, I carry medical, I carry, wallet, keys, phone, whatever. And then I also have, at a bare minimum, 3 to 5 or 6 knives on me. Because for one, they don't they don't run out of bullets. They don't run out of bullets. And I got my cardboard killer, string off the shirt, regular utility blade, which is usually a Spyderco. I got a K-bar fixed blade. I've got a
so you're like, if you have to open boxes, you don't use this. You use like a specific knife for that, right?
Right.
You don't want to dull the blade.
I want my fighting blades ready to go, untouched. If I got to cut somebody or whatever, a seatbelt in a car to get out of a wreck, I want it to be as sharp as it possibly can be. So I carry a good amount of blades, and anybody that knows me, you guys could check out my EDC vids. I carry a lot of shit, and a lot of people don't believe me, but I'm used to it. I've gotten used to it, and if I don't have the stuff with me, I feel naked. So it's like I'd rather just have it with me.
Okay.
So.
Harry's Holsters has a good point here to Mike's thing. He says, Harry's Holster says, if you need serious skills if you plan to use a knife in self-defense. And it is true. Yeah. That's actually not easy to do. Now, if someone's on top of you and you can't like maybe get to your strong side or whatever, and you can get somewhere to a knife, maybe back that person off, maybe. But that's still not guaranteed, because you're dealing with like bone and stuff like that. So yeah, it's true. Or
it could be taken away from you. And that's why I carry so many, is because I got them support side, I got them strong side. I have them for work purposes, I have them for defense purposes. So, being armed and being prepared gives you options, and I like having options because you don't know what life is going to throw at you. And, being able to decipher the tool or have that tool at your disposal in the given time, I think is useful. So I'm dedicated to it. And it sucks. I probably carry, 5 to 7 pounds worth of shit on me all day.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's adding some weight. But listen, I didn't hear either one of you guys say flashlight. I didn't hear anyone say flashlight.
Oh, no. See, I do. I carry actually 3 flashlights.
3?
No, I carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I carry 1 flashlight in my bag. Because I carry my bag everywhere with. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Flashlight, very important. So I always have like a flashlight, a knife, my gun, backup magazine to the gun, backup gun in the bag, that kind of stuff. So medical stuff, all that's important. Babyface always carries a tool, which I always have some kind of multi-tool on my keys, but I don't know. Not everyone wants to carry around a bunch of keys, and my multi-tool is not really like, I think what does he have? He has like that little baby
the The squirt?
Almost,
yeah, I think he has
like a knife, almost look like a key.
No, it's got a whole bunch of things on it. I think it is the squirt, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but yeah, that's an important thing. Okay, let's see what light is this? Is it Surefire?
No, it's the Enforce.
Oh, Enforce.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I thought it looked familiar.
Like I said, I whenever I carry my bag, it's always in my bag.
Yeah, yeah. You should have knives in there, man.
Yeah, I
You have a knife
should,
in
but
your pocket.
Yeah. True.
But this is the bag that always travels with me, especially like if I go on an airplane, and I don't want to take a chance of them taking something, especially if I paid a lot of money for it, knife wise.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Listen, this is a good conversation. It went kind of fast. We're gonna definitely have to, revisit this conversation here again. But I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Mike, let's start with you. How can the folks out there get in touch with you, Mike? How can they follow you, support you, etc.? And don't forget, of course, to tell the people about the jiu-jitsu lessons again.
Correct. All right. Follow me is go on Instagram and look up at Munitions Weapons Tactical. On Facebook, just look up M-W Tactical. And then if you want to support the campaign that we're doing to raise money for officers to get them in jiu-jitsu training, go to GoFundMe.com/LEO training. LEO training, as it's spelled.
Okay. All right. And then what about you, Josh?
Yeah, so Terribly Tactical on YouTube. You could just search it, pop it up. I got the Gaston flag as my logo because that's what I believe in. And Instagram is at terribly_tactical. Twitter, terribly_tac. I do have the Terribly Tactical Facebook page. And, just I'm on Gunstreamer as well, Terribly Tactical, all that kind of stuff. All the links are in the description box of my videos on YouTube. And, I'm very accessible. If anybody wants to talk, collab, you want to go fight for your rights, whatever it is, I'm down with that. I'm down to promote that. And I encourage everybody to be constantly fighting for the rights to, protect not the second, not the first, but all of them, and working together to do so. So, that's that. But I'm out here,
Absolutely. Make sure you follow him on YouTube. Same thing with MW Tactical. Let me see. I'm going to get in. Okay, Rocky Mountain Bear says, holy shit, does Josh wear a fanny pack? Sorry, a dangler. Yeah, that's because he's afraid that nothing fancy is going to catch him out there without enough knives and tools.
That's what it is, the gear check, dude. The gear check, dude. You got to be worried about it.
Yeah, that's always a fear, That's always a fear. Nothing fancy could just show up on you and start
any given moment.
Yeah, and just keep taking stuff out of his pocket, so you never know about that. Definitely check out both of these guys. Support them. If you can, get behind the initiative that Mike from MW Tactical has going on. Definitely check out Josh from Terribly Tactical. I'm not going to be here tomorrow, as I said to you guys. I do appreciate you guys being here. Watch some back episodes. Check out the podcast. It's on iTunes. It's everywhere else that you may be looking for it. Let me drop the end part here. Boom. This is the official end part. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell so that you can be notified on whenever we go live. I want to thank my guests here. Thanks for coming out. We'll see everyone on Monday. Any final words from any of you guys? You're welcome.
Thank you for having me on. I very much so appreciate it.
You're welcome,
big
man.
fan of the channel and what you're doing here, man. And I'm just excited. So thank you, man. It's been awesome. And maybe sometime in the future we can do it again.
Absolutely, man. It's been a pleasure. We're definitely going to have you back on. What about you, Mike, from MW Tactical?
Hey, even though the weather's changing, drink water. But if you don't do anything else that's important, please go out there and register to vote and get involved in your communities.
Yes. Write those letters and all that kind of stuff. Support those pro-Second Amendment organizations. We're out of here. Everyone stay safe. We'll see you next week. We're out. Peace.
Peace.